I think what I've learned the past 6 weeks through my growth group and through the devotional and everything is my main challenge in my faith is truly 100% leaning on God and leaning on other people too. I don't know why it is, but I just feel like, for instance, nobody would blog, so I, did it because I can rely on myself, right, to do it. And that's really true to my life too, because I feel like the only way that I'm going to be able to get anything done is if I just, I want to take control of every situation. And I think to myself, the only way I'm going to do XYZ thing is if I do this, that, the other thing first, and I have to do this and that, and blah, blah, blah. But I've learned in the past 6 weeks that my life doesn't allow for that. I've got to give a lot of things up to God recently, mainly my finances. I just graduated from college and I'm staring at a lot of student loans. And, being on my own and, when I went to college, essentially, my mom was just kind of like, cool, you're in college, good luck. So I've been pretty much by myself this whole time. So maybe that's part of it. I've really not been like, God, dude, hey, what's up? It's Lindsay. I need help. I can't do this on my own. I think that's what I've learned over the past 6 weeks, that I can lean on God, and not only can I lean on God, but I have to. And not only that, but I have to lean on other people in the community, like people in my growth group and, people that are close to me in the community. I've had to really open up myself and just kind of let them pray for me. And I know that sounds silly, but I never like it when people pray for me, because I feel like it means that I can't control the situation and I need, prayer. It's this weird thing, I don't know. But so that's what I learned over the past 6 weeks, and it's helped me a lot, put me at peace with my finances and with my personal life and with God's work in my work environments. You know me, I have really awful jobs. So, but I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank the staff at E3 and for putting this all together, and kind of and God's involvement too. This past 6 weeks has been really awesome, and I'm pretty stoked for what it's done for other people too. And I'm pretty lucky because I've been able to see it happen for other people.
Hello, I'm Pat. As Mark was talking about the executive, God always puts things into our life that we don't know is going to happen, but when they do, God sits back and sees what we're going to do with them. A couple of weeks ago, I had left a meeting and pulled into McDonald's, get something to eat, and I knew I had 4 $1 bills in my pocket. But when I pulled up to McDonald's, there was nobody there, nobody against the wall or anything. But when I went in McDonald's, pulled my 4 1s out. Well, there was a 3 1s and a $5 bill. I said, well, all right, cool, a little extra money. But then as I come out to put my sandwiches and tea in the car, there was a gentleman sitting against the wall. You could tell he was a homeless guy. He was down. I said, with that money that I didn't have, I went back in and got a couple sandwiches and some water for the guy. And I carried them out and I said, do you mind if I give you these sandwiches and this water? And he said no, he was really glad to get it. But I found out his name was George. And we sat there and talked a little while. And as it goes, he started quoting Matthew. And I asked him, I said, George, can I give you a hug? And I gave him a hug, and he gave me a hug back. And it was a hug like he just didn't want to let go, because somebody actually had taken the time to say, hey, here's a hug. But he had gone so long, and you could actually feel each bone in his backbone. He was just, he didn't have any meat there. But we talked a little bit more, and I asked him, and I'm not real good about stepping out of my comfort zone. But I said, George, do you mind if I pray with you, pray for you? And that was really an awesome thing, because God will give us things. He will test us. I feel like George was an angel. I don't, because he wasn't there, but then all of a sudden he was. And I think God really tested me that night just to see where my heart was at. But with this 40 days that we've been in, It was go out and do something. You know, do something for somebody that you know can't do it back for you. And I felt like George was. I needed George more than George needed me. But remember, God's going to try you, and He's going to see where your heart's at.
Hi, E3. My name's Violet. This is
And I'm Rachel.
We just wanted to come in here and kind of let you guys know, as our community, where we are with the growth groups and how moving along the path has really helped both of us out. And so for me, last week when Pastor Mark talked about how we needed to be a little bit more, make that personal connection with our community, I decided to kind of step out of my comfort zone and tell my growth group something really personal about myself that I've been struggling with for the last 7 years. And so I just wanted to say that it really helped me out to realize that even though I may not be ready to forgive myself for my past transgressions, I felt that my growth group was there for me, and they made me realize that God has forgiven me, and so that I can get rid of this burden that I'm carrying for so long and just let it go so that I can grow closer with God. And so I think the growth group has really helped me out realizing that, and I certainly hope that anybody else that feels like they need to let something go, that we are here for you guys, and I'm more than happy to always share my experience with you, and I hope that if you ever run into me, you'd be happy to share your experience with me too. Rachel doesn't know what to say, so.
She totally took the stage. I guess last week at growth group, I just shared with the group something I've been struggling with for the past couple of years. I'm pretty much a serial dater, and I've been dating since I was allowed to. And recently I've been single for about 2 months, and instead of relying on guys for being whole, I've finally just completely relying on God and putting Him first, and it feels amazing. So I think we're done now.
I think we're growing. So
Yeah.
The point is, growth groups really do work. It does help us grow. And we really want to thank everyone in our growth group, and thank E3 for being there
Black
for
Dog
us.
Cafe.
Yes.
We hold it down on Wednesdays.
And so I certainly hope that if you ever see Rachel and I around,
How do we turn this off?
come say hi to us at any time. Thanks.
Bye.